Oh, sorry. I mute the mic. Sorry, yeah, sorry. I mute the mic. Okay. Can you all? Hello.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so now we'd like to start to do the formative question discussion. All right. So I'll ensure that the recording already started. Yes, already started. Okay, I'd like to share the formative question with all of you. So all can read the question, can access the question, formative question. Okay. So for this question number 1 is asking you, okay, to identify the following business transaction should be under which component GDP calculation, whether it's under C or I or G or not any. Okay, or not any, yeah? Okay, so let us start from Xander. Is that okay? Xander, are you here, Xander? Question
Yes.
A. What do you think?
Uncle Henry buys a new refrigerator from a domestic manufacturer. C.
So C means is the household consumption only, yeah? Household consumption, yes, correct. So answer is C. Okay, for question A, the best answer is just this is only for individual consumption. Okay? Individual consumption. Because this question also does not inform whether what is the purpose for Uncle Henry to buy this refrigerator, whether it's for business use or not. So we just assume it's just for personal consumption. If Miss Uncle Henry purchased this refrigerator for business use, for running the business, that will be I. Okay, but because the question does not inform also, so it should be just for personal use. For personal is C. Okay, then B. Becky.
Aunt Jen buys a new house for a local builder. C.
Hey, be careful. This is house. New house. New house should be. This is new house. Becky.
I. Investment.
Okay, we need to read the question properly. It's a new house from a local builder, right? For a local builder. And then for this, okay, for this question, it's like actually we need to use the expenditure approach. We have to use the expenditure approach to calculate the GDP value. So this is house. Anything related to house, whether it's for on use or for investment purpose, it should be under I category. Okay, be careful. This is house. If house, then we have to categorize this as I for investment purpose. I use capital. Okay, so it should be I. Right. C. Carissa. Carissa, are you here?
Yeah, the Jackson family buys an old Victorian house from the Walker family. I.
Be careful, this one, all is the keyword, all. All is the keyword. Second hand.
Consumption expenditure.
No. All. Second hand cloth, second hand house, second hand car, second hand machine. Answer is it should not be counted in GDP. Okay, should not be counted because this is second hand goods. It's not going to be included in GDP calculation. Yeah, the keyword is all. So answer is we can say used goods transaction has no effect GDP. This is the problem, right, of GDP calculation. This is the issue, the weakness for GDP calculation. Okay, so anything second-hand cannot be counted for additional business transaction. Because why? Because this all house already been counted one time when the first transaction was done. Okay, when the first purchase of the house was done in many years ago, already been counted in GDP. Okay, so the all house transaction cannot be included anymore in GDP calculation. All right. Okay. D. Nian Ong.
You pay a hairdresser for a haircut. C.
Yeah. So this is for personal consumption only. So answer should be C. Okay. And then E. Chrissy Chai.
Ford manufactures a Focus car model and sells it to Avis, the car rental company. I.
Answer is I. What is the reason? Is I? What is the reason?
Because it is involve a business.
Yeah, because the car is purchased for business use, right? It's not for personal consumption, but it's for business use. So it's considered as I. Okay, F. Edwin.
Your parents buy a bottle of French wine. C.
Okay, why is C? What do you think is C?
Because it's for personal use.
Yeah, so you expect the parents buy the wine is for personal consumption, not for business purpose. Okay, G. Erwin Teo.
Honda expands its factory in Ohio. I.
Okay. So this is a type of investment. So that means it's Japanese company extend the business in Japan. So this will increase the GDP, and this will affect the I. I is going to get affected. Okay. Then H. David, are you here, David? David Wong. No, Christina. Okay, can answer question H. Yeah.
Security system bought by the White House. G.
So G, what is the reason? Is G? What is the reason?
It's for government use.
How do you know it's from government? Which word tell you it's from government?
The White House.
Yes, correct. White House, right? White House is the office for the president of USA. So this is only for government use, government spending. Okay, Jason.
Coffee beans bought by Starbucks. Investment.
Yeah, it's investment. Okay. So these coffee beans will be used as a raw material, for making coffee in future. Okay, J. We go back to Johanna again. Johanna, J.
New coffee machines bought by Starbucks. I. Investment.
Yeah, investment. Okay. Then Nelly, I think it's not here, right, Nelly? Okay, Sophia. Okay.
Starbucks brand mocha frappuccino bought by a student. C.
Why C? Why? What's the reason? It's C, not I.
Because bought by a student.
Okay, and then the student is expecting to drink, right? To consume the cappuccino by he or herself. It's for personal consumption, not for business purpose. Okay. L. Kai.
New battleship bought by the U.S. Navy. G.
G. What is the reason? It's G. Why? Why G?
Government use.
Yeah, because of the word U.S. Navy. So this is the government department for government use. So it's G. Okay, so already done. Okay, question number 2 is test your understanding on whether you know how to use the formula to calculate the GDP value by using the value added approach, or we call it as the output approach. Jijuan, are you here? Have you completed question number 2? Have you done question number 2, Jijuan?
Yeah.
So what is the answer?
180.
How to get 180? Where? How do you know that it's 180? Why?
Because the bread is the last product.
Which one is the bread is the last product, right? Because bread is made with this. Yeah, it's the last product produced in the economy. And this bread actually is using the raw material of wheat, flour, right? Before turning to bread. So bread is the final product produced in the economy. So the answer will be equal to $180. That will be the final product value. The net final product value produced by a country. That will be the bread. That will be 180. Okay. Question number 3. Question number 3 actually is asking us to identify what are the business transaction or any activities or any payments that should not be included if the output approach is used. Okay, output approach means the value added approach. So which business transaction or any activities or any item that should not be included in GDP calculation if value added approach is used. Ming Xuan, can you name any? Ming Xuan?
Public transfer payments.
Okay, public transfer payment. So I just put both public and private. Public. So any transfer payment made by public or private. So I just include both public and private transfer payment. Transfer payment means can be include the financial aids of government to the poor, or donation also can be under this category. Okay, then next, Xander, can you give any other transaction that should not be included in GDP calculation?
Stock market transactions.
Yeah, so it's stock market transaction. So I put here as okay. So I just put purely financial transaction. All right. Such as purchase and sell of stocks and bonds. Okay. Good. Then any more transactions should not be included in GDP if output approach is used. Becky.
Second-hand sales.
Yes, correct. Second-hand sales. So I just put here second-hand sales. Then we have Teresa. Any more transaction that should not be included?
Public transfer payment.
Already mentioned by Ming Xuan. output approach. Output approach only include the net final product value. Net value for final products. So that means what else cannot be included? That means the intermediate goods also cannot be included. Intermediate goods. Intermediate goods is not be included in the GDP if output approach is used. But if we are using the expenditure approach, then intermediate goods can be under I. But for output approach, intermediate goods should not be included. Intermediate. Okay. Then there is another one. Anybody can help volunteer? Any other business transaction or anything? Okay, any transaction that should not be included or any activity. Another one will be the non-market transaction. Okay, such as maybe this is self-consumption, farming. Okay, if doing farming, planting veggie and fruits for personal consumption, without selling, without involving any market transaction, is also not included in the GDP calculation. Or if somebody built a house by himself or among the family, build a house, and the house is only for personal consumption, personal stay, is also not included in the GDP calculation if output approach is applied. Okay. So these are the example of transaction that you can put for answering question 3. Okay, question 4 then. We move on to question 4. Question 4 actually is to test your understanding on whether you know how to calculate the nominal GDP and also the real GDP, either for the base year or the calculated year. All right. So for this question now, the special thing is there are 3 years involved. There are 3 years information we have now. Most of the time we only have two years information, but this question has provided the information for 3 years for price and quantity. Okay. And for this question is you are asked to use 2016 as the base year. Use 2016 as the base year. Okay, so based on this information here, part A is you are asked to calculate the nominal GDP in 2016. Okay, I'll ask Edwin, have you calculated the answer for nominal GDP in 2016?
Haven't.
Haven't calculated?
Yeah.
How about Alvin?
Not yet also.
Christina?
Is it 200?
Your answer is 200, Yes, correct. How do you get the answer? Yeah, answer is 200, correct. How do you get the answer?
For milk, 1 times 100, and then for honey, 2 times 50.
Okay, so you're using, okay, so that means, okay, you try to calculate the nominal GDP, product by product, Okay, so for milk is using 1 multiply how much? 100, right? For milk, So it's using this information. I try to highlight. Okay, so you use this information. Right? So 1 multiply 100 for milk, and then plus the second item is For honey, honey is $2 multiply with 50. So simplify. For milk is 100. For honey is 100 as well. Okay, so sum up these two, you'll get 200. So far so good, huh? Okay. Then the next question is B. Nominal GDP in 20. Jason, what is the answer? Jason, are you here? Not here. Okay, then we'll move back to Johanna again. Johanna, have you done the calculation?
Yes.
For B, what is the answer?
400.
400, Okay. If your answer is okay if your answer is different from Johanna, you can voice out, Can all of you get the same answer as Johanna, 400? Okay, if no question, that means if quiet, that means I believe all of you agree with Johanna's answer. Okay, then C. Sophia, what is the answer for C? Nominal GDP in 2018.
800.
Okay, 800. If any of you disagree with the answer given by Sophia, please voice out. Then we can go through together again. So far, okay, Okay, then I'll move on to D, real GDP in 2016. Kai?
200.
200, Okay. Please voice out. Please stop me if you disagree with the answer given by Kai, Okay. Which is real GDP in 2017. Zizwan?
400.
400, yep. Okay. Last one, real GDP in 2018. Ming Xuan? Ming Xuan? Yeah.
100.
Answer is?
400.
Okay. Yep, correct. Yeah, 400. Okay. So if any of you disagree with the answer provided, please ask, then we can discuss together. Okay. Okay, can try to practice. I'm going to post the answer to you later on the module later. Well, it's nearly 1 o'clock. Yeah. We have a few minutes. So far so good, Okay. So we already done the discussion for tutorial. And don't forget, coming Monday, 4 o'clock, we have a replacement class, We have a replacement class on this coming Monday, 4 o'clock, whereby we are going to proceed to new chapter, I'm going to send one email to remind you on the replacement class as well, So far so good, Okay. I think I have about 20 minutes, Maybe, okay, I just go through the assignment for a while. Anyway, from time to time, we can discuss again the assignment. If we got extra time, I will discuss the assignment. Okay, because the assignment due date, I think, is week 11. You have to submit. This week is already week 9. We have about 2 weeks to go. Okay, maybe we can just go through, slightly go through only. That next session I can go through more detail with all of you. All right, since it's nearly 1 o'clock already, we have about 20 minutes. Okay, just simply go through the task that you need to do for your assignment report. Okay, I try to increase the font size so that you can see. Okay, So for this report, actually, you are asked to perform a few tasks. Okay, a few tasks. Huh? So task A is actually you need to provide a brief description about the background of the chosen firm, 5 marks. Okay, so that means you need to give about 5 points. Oh, okay. Sorry, I need to share the screen. Hold on. Let me share the screen. Huh? All right. Task A is describe the background of the chosen firm. 5 points, right? So that means you need to use 5 sentences in at least 5 sentences to describe the firm. Okay, so you can describe about the year of establishment, who are the founders of the firm, what are the main products produced by the firm, right? And if you get the information from the website of this company, please try to do citation. Yeah? If you get the information from newspapers or from a journal or from magazine, please state the citation as well in your write-up. Okay. So for task A, you need to provide at least five information about the firm. Okay. So probably can be about the year of establishment, the founders, the products or service provided by this firm. Okay. So far, okay? A, okay, but please make sure that you add the citation in your write-up. Okay. So the information you should, for the firm usually you can get from the corporate website of the firm, or you can get from magazine, newspapers. Okay. It should be easy for you to get from the corporate website. Okay, or maybe from some computer database. So far so good, Part A, okay, okay. Part B has quite a number of sections, Part B. Okay, Part B is you need to determine the industry that the firm is in. Okay, you need to determine which industry is that, whether it's under the agriculture, electronic, financial services, healthcare, hospitality, oil or gas. Okay, you need to identify which industry fit to the firm better. It's more suitable to describe the firm, right? And in order to answer this question, you have to discuss various characteristics of the industry. Why do you think, the firm should be under that particular industry? Why? Okay, based on what characteristics? Okay, and also your discussion can include these 5 things. These 5 things can help you to answer part B, right? So you can answer in terms of who are the competitors that the firm face when running the business in the same industry. The competitors here are referred to the firms that offering the same product or service in the same industry that the firm currently facing. Okay. So depends, maybe depends on the industry as well, because for some industry may have only one firm produce the product or service. There will be monopoly. Okay, you can mention here. How do they compete with each other? That means how do the firm and the competitors compete among each other in the same industry? Okay, so it's 5 marks only. 5 marks. Okay. And the second part you can describe will be what is the nature of the product produced by the firms and also the competitors. Okay, so this one you have to compare the firms and competitors. Not only discuss the selected firm, but also other competitors, whether the products or service offered are homogeneous, differentiated, or unique. Okay, so you need to compare with other competitors. Okay, some students may ask there how many competitors should be compared. Then at least 2. Okay, you have to compare at least with 2 competitors, at least 2. Okay, so 10 marks here. Okay, then B3 is what are the barriers to entry in this industry? Are there any barriers to entry? If yes, whether it's high or low. If high or low, then what type of barriers to entry? You can also mention here. So we already learned so far. We already learned a few types of barriers to entry, right? We have the ownership barriers to entry. natural barrier to entry or due to the legal barriers to entry. So you have to discuss here 5 marks. Okay. Part D, okay, this is part 4. Yeah? How does the firm decide on pricing strategy? The firm means only one firm, right? That is referred to the firm that you choose. Okay, so you just need to discuss how does, that means only one firm, the firm that you choose. How does the firm decide the price? How? So it depends on this, depends on the industry that the firm is in, right? Whether it's follow the market price or whether is can differentiate the products, then this can increase, may have okay, probably can have a higher price compared to other competitors because it's able to differentiate the products, or can be having any collaboration or collusion with other competitors in order to determine the price, or how, okay, or having the price discrimination. This one you have to check from the website maybe, okay, on how does the firm set the price. Okay. Okay. Part 5 is what are the non-price factors. Okay. So beside the pricing strategy, any other non-price factors? Non-price factors are like we call it the product differentiation strategy. Yeah. Such as advertisement, product differentiation, quality of the product, brand name. All these you can include under the non-price factors. Okay. So any questions so far on task B? Are you okay with task B so far? Okay, yeah. So that means for some of the parts you need to compare with other competitors, but some you have to discuss by focusing on the particular firm. Okay, only the selected firm.
Sir,
Yes.
the non-price factor can be the service or not?
Can good. Yeah, good.
Can.
Yeah, can be service also. Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So through the after sale service also can, right? Like car usually provide after sale service. Why people want to buy car from Toyota? Because the after sale service is good, and also the resale value is better, is high for Toyota car. So these are called as the non-price factors. Okay, after sale service also better, or maybe some of the products got warranty for 10 years. Some of the watches got 10 years warranty. Or maybe got this we call as the membership privilege. Like for this Tupperware is like is for the warranty period is for whole year, right? So if any components of the, let's say the container is broken, right? The owner, the consumer can ask to get a new one, isn't it? So these are called as non-price strategies in order to get the customers and compete with other competitors. Okay.
So
Yes.
For B1, the competitors. So at least I have to go for 2 competitors, is it?
At least 2.
So if and then how do they compete? Could I say should I elaborate more on my firm or should I elaborate more on the competitors?
You should elaborate in the industry, the whole industry.
For example, could I say my firm and then compete with this competitor 1 and 2 within location? Is it
location?
Yeah.
Can. In fact, right, it's not necessary you have to follow the sequence. Some of the discussion you can combine, right? From B1 until B5, some of the discussion you can combine. Not necessary must follow the sequence, must start with part 1, then followed by part 2. No, not necessary. So depends on your write out. Okay, not necessarily have to follow the sequence. This is only suggestion. All right. Yeah, how do they compete with each other? Actually, they can compete in terms of price, can compete in terms of the non-price factors. Okay. So after you write up, you can try to adjust the sequence of your write up. Okay, maybe after discussing one, you can relate to 4 and 5. Okay. Am I answering your question?
If I would like to say this, if I would like to do, I give examples of my competitors, and then after that I will discuss on the location difference between my own firm and the competitors. Will that be okay?
But location actually is more to non-price strategy. Non-price or location. Whether it's very strategic, right? Location. So it's non-price factor. Okay. But location, in fact, not only location, it can be different channel of business transaction. Okay. Instead of having the we call it as the retail, the physical retail outlet, the consumer may purchase the goods through online or maybe through other channels. Okay, channel is also considered as location, place. Two different channels. Not necessarily have to buy from the physical retail outlet. Can buy through online as well.
So if for B1, who are the competitors? So basically B1, I just have to mention who is the competitors, is it?
Yeah, the brand name, can give brand name. Yeah, the competitors should be the companies that offer the same products or service in the industry.
And then how do they complete will be mentioned on B2, B3, B4, and B5, is it?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So you can mention that, okay, you can mention in B5 and B4 and B5 also. B4 and B5 can mention how they compete in terms of pricing strategy and non-price factors. Can.
Sir, but if B1 is 5 marks, how should I reach 5 marks?
Who are the competitors? How do they compete with each other? You can mention that how to compete. Maybe not compete in terms of price. I'll check your write up. It depends on your write up. Yeah.
So do I briefly explain all of that?
Can as long as you have enough space, because actually we have the word limit of 1,500 words only,
Yeah.
1,500 words. So be careful with the number of words you use. You can cover in part B1. You can cover a little if you want, and then cover in B4 and 5.
Okay.
Yeah. B1 just a B1, but B5 and 6 you can cover. B4 and 5 you can cover more detail. Okay. Right.
Is it necessary to mention the market share?
Market share, market share actually is because when you want to, that will be more to see, because especially when you want to identify whether the firm is under the market structure of monopolistic or oligopoly, then maybe you can use the market share to justify your answer, right? Especially the oligopoly market structure. Okay, one of the way to justify whether the firm is under oligopoly is using we call as, okay, I'll show you the slide. As long as more than 50% of the market share are owned by the top 5 firms in the industry, then this industry is considered as oligopoly market. Let me go back to this one again. For part C, okay, you can use the market share to justify whether the firm is under market structure of oligopoly or monopolistic or monopoly or perfect competition. In fact, you can use this one to help you under modules. Lecture 7. Okay, so if you think that the firm should belong to oligopoly market, right? Then you can use the 5-firm concentration ratio to justify your answer, so this is also related to the market share. Okay, so if the first 5 top firm in the industry is able to
Teacher.
Oh yeah, I had to share the PowerPoint slide. Sorry. Yeah. I think this is not reflective report. Oh, no, I think okay. Okay, let me leave the. Okay, I think I better stop the recording and then I